Morning everyone, it's Nicole from the Physio crew. Haven't seen me on a video for a while because it hasn't been very light when I've been walking the dogs, but this morning is end of the month, so I was doing invoicing early today. But I want to talk to you about high level ankle rehab. So we've got a couple of people in at the moment who have had ankle sprains. Some of them have been sort of running on trails, gone over on their ankles. Some of them have been playing high level sport, injured it doing that. And a couple of others are chronic ankle instability, so people who have had it for more than 6 months. So research shows that actually 50% of ankle sprains will still be painful after 6 months. So it is very, very important that we rehab them to a really high level. What tends to happen, a bit of pain, people come in, think, oh, I'll just have maybe a couple of sessions of physio, do a few exercises and think, okay, that's fine, go back to whatever they want to do. And as soon as they get to the stuff that really challenges the muscles in the ankle, they go over on it again. If you get chronic ankle instability and it keeps going over every single time you roll it or you sprain it, you have the potential to injure the cartilage. That's not to scare you, that's to put a little rocket up your bottom so that you actually start making a change now before you've rolled it. A lot of the time we're very reactive, so what we're trying to do all the time is when we have an injury, that's when we address it. Try and be a bit more proactive, try and help prevent those injuries by getting your strength up and getting your proprioception better. So kind of things that we are doing with ankles, so very, very basic things. We're standing on leg, eyes closed. Remember that your eyes give you a lot of feedback when you're standing on one leg. Your eyes send signals to your brain which tell you where you are in space and time. So when you actually close your eyes, you're having to use the sensory information from around the joint, and that if you can strengthen that connection by practicing it and sort of putting demands on it and overloading it, so things like standing on one leg, throwing and catching a ball against a wall, standing on one leg, doing sort of a small knee bend on the affected leg, doing clock exercise. I was doing that with someone yesterday on the Alter G with slightly less weight going through because he's only 6 to 8 weeks or so, so we need to just take a little bit of weight off for him. Then as we start getting a little bit better, we need to look at comparing left and right. So often people will sort of say, oh, well, the strength kind of feels the same, but when you actually get them to do single heel raises with the knee straight, that's going to bias the gastroc. It's not equal. And then when you get them to look at soleus, that's with knee flexed. Again, and that's a heel raise, so just going up onto your tiptoe. Again, they're not equal. When we're getting to the next stage up, we'll look at doing kind of step-ups, lateral hops, forward and back hops, perhaps doing sort of looking at the stamina of it. So we'll often get people at sort of like maybe 80% of their full body weight on the Alter G, and we'll get them hopping along on the treadmill. We'll get them reverse hopping, we'll get them doing lateral hops. And what we're trying to do is just mimic some of the kind of the muscle control that would be needed in a game. So doing tens, going onto your tiptoes, it's not really replicating a full-blown basketball game or rugby game or football game. We need to get it used to being on different surfaces. We need to get it used to jumping up onto things, getting used to jumping back on. If you have a little look on Instagram, there's a really interesting sort of video of a chap who is a basketball player. So we're getting him to practice sort of shooting through a hoop, which might sound silly, but the way that you fall in basketball, I showed him some videos actually, because when you look at the load that goes through the ankle, it is very, very, it requires massive control. So you need to train it at that level, you need to make sure that the stamina's there, you need to make sure the strength's there, and the proprioception. Hope that's been helpful for you guys. Take care, have a good day, bye!